Hi Gemini, welcome back to Omkaratarot and to another You versus Them. Gemini, let's see how you're feeling now, how the person connected to your energy is feeling, and what action we can expect in this connection. And Gemini, these are general collective readings, may not resonate with all of you. Please keep that in mind. Take what works for you, leave the rest. So let's begin. Welcome back, all my subscribers, and welcome in newcomers. Gemini spirit. All right, newcomers, I'm setting down two sets of cards here. One side will be for you, one side will be for your person, and in the center, I'm going to have your dialogue message cards, mutual energies. If this is your reading, Gemini, you'll know which side you resonate best with. For me, this is going to be person A here, and this is going to be person B. Bottom of my deck, I have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody doesn't want to lose out. They want to come out of the cold. They don't want this connection to end. They feel that I'm losing out on my soulmate. I'll lose out on my future. They do want to rebuild. Even though they don't have the guts to maybe take action right now, they are feeling that love. They're feeling those emotions, finding it very difficult now to express themselves, but they do want this. They feel that the person who they were dealing with, person B, is their Ten of Pentacles, is the one that they want back in their life. They don't want this connection to end. The other person says, yeah, but then why did they give me so much stress and anxiety and sleepless nights? They juggled me. They kept me wondering, whether I was important to them or not. I waited long enough, but now I've withdrawn my energy. I don't want to deal with somebody immature or somebody who was just a player. All they gave me was a lot of heartbreak, a lot of pain, and I'm wiser now. I'm not going to chase them. I'm right now very, very comfortable in my own space, and I'm focusing on building abundance into my own life. At least that's my first thought. That I could be wrong. I'm going to clarify all these cards for you. But before that, Gemini, let's start by asking the universe. Spirit, you tell me what's going on with Gemini and their person. Why are they both feeling this way? Gemini and their person, Spirit. Gemini and their person. All right. So the first card here says third party. Another energy was interfering with this connection. So they weren't ready, I think, in the past. Maybe third party doesn't have to be another person. In some cases, it could be maybe they didn't want to change their lifestyle. They didn't want things to change. They were not ready for commitment, or maybe their work was pulling them away. So there was another energy which was affecting maybe this person in the past. Taboo. Something off limits is restricting this connection. So, well, taboo could be a person, I don't know, a third party. Maybe they were juggling. They had something else going on, which the other person said, no, that's not acceptable to me. Third card says deception. Something isn't what it seems to be. So maybe somebody felt deceived by their person. So let's do your dialogue message cards then. Let's figure out what, if you guys could say something to each other right now, Gemini, what that would be, and then we'll start the clarification. Gemini and their person, Spirit. Gemini and their person, if they could say something to each other now, what would that be? Gemini and their person. All right, let's take a few more from another deck. Gemini and their person, Spirit, if they could say something to each other now, what would that be? And we'll take a few more from a third deck, Gemini, and then start the reading. Gemini and their person, Spirit. Last one. All right. Good to go. Let's start the reading. And Gemini, if any of you are looking for personal readings, my email is omkaratarot@gmail.com. You can reach me there. It's there in the description box below as well. So the first card here, Gemini, says, the feelings got too intense for me. It scared me off. Maybe somebody wasn't ready for commitment. They started developing feelings for the other person and then they ran. I guarded my heart because I didn't want to be hurt again. I can envision us getting back together again in the future. The way I felt about you really had me confused. I intuitively know that we will unite in divine timing. Wishing you the best, even if it's with someone else. I can see myself settling down with you, but not right now. So somebody was trying to avoid commitment from what I feel. And yes, they could have kept their doors open, their heart open to other possibilities. And the other person said, yeah, if you want somebody else, then so be it. Why else will you not commit? I have commitment issues. Wow. Okay, so this one confirms it. My friends keep telling me I made a big mistake in letting you go. I want to fix things between us. I just don't know how to make things right. I love the sound of your voice. I hear you speak with me telepathically and in my dreams. I long to talk with you again. You were in my dreams again last night. I always dream of you every night. You are my ultimate fantasy. Life seems so complicated for us. My mind often drifts to thoughts of us escaping reality, where we can be somewhere really quiet, where we can be alone. All right, so these were some of your messages, Gemini. If these were resonating with your storyline, let's start the reading. I'm going to first focus on you, person A, then we'll move to person B, and newcomers, I'm addressing them such because I could be dealing with two Geminis here, so I'm not going to do the guesswork. But if this is your reading and you've been resonating till now, you'll immediately pick up which side you're on, who this person is for you, and yes, it can be a love interest, spouse, sex, secret crush, could even be a business partner, relative, best friend, co-worker maybe. So it is a general reading. Please use your own judgment here. So tell me, person A, let's start with you. How are you feeling right now? Why the death card in reverse? Let me put this down. Okay. Why the death card in reverse for you and the Four of Wands in reverse? I think this person was not sure. They may have played hot and cold at one time. Not sure. Do I want to change the way my life is? Maybe this person was a bit controlling, maybe be a little standoffish, maybe at one time as well. Not wanting to change things, not wanting to have commitment. I think this connection came to a halt because of their indecision. Tell me more about the Four of Wands in reverse. Four of Wands in reverse. Yeah, they overthought it. I think they overthought it. They were not ready for commitment. They could have blocked the other person out. Maybe they had swords in front of their chest and they couldn't make up their mind whether they wanted this commitment or not at one point. And that kind of, even though they loved the other person, I don't know why I feel they did have love for the other person, but they were not ready. It was like, yeah, I need to take more time. I need to take more time. But then I think the other person said, okay, if I'm showing you so much love, if you don't love me, I'm going to withdraw my love. Now this person is sitting in a lot of sadness, a lot of regret, a lot of guilt, shame, remorse, because they had a soulmate bond which they never acknowledged. They are dreading now. They've lost out on a happily ever after. They know whatever they did made that person very angry and upset. Whatever this person did, I think it came out in the open. They didn't make that person happy. So tell me what happened. Person A, why don't you tell me? Tower in reverse. I think this person does want to rebuild now. They are very sad. They're very depressed. Now they are thinking, how do I rebuild? How do I go and tell them that I'm ready now? I'm ready now to take responsibility. They are, in their dreams, of course, they're thinking what it would be like to bring back the happy times. If only I could reach out to them, I could message them. They are tired of being stuck and, overthinking. They want to be free of all that stress and tension. But when it comes to sending that message, this person chickens out. They chicken out. Why the Ace of Wands in reverse when you want to rebuild? Because, why? Tell me. Oh, in the past, I think they had taken action, but it stopped at passion. They had taken action and they stopped when it came to commitment. So it's like, how do I explain that now? How do I explain that I started something and then I withdrew my energy? I mean, this person is grieving. They're grieving. They are quite ashamed of their past actions. I think this person just thought, I have enough time, I can take my own sweet time, they love me, they'll continue to love me. It's like, how do I now go and tell them why I did what I did? So tell me then, how do you see the connection currently? How do you see person B? How do you feel about the connection right now as I'm doing the reading, person A? King of Cups. I love them. Person A says, I love them. I am obsessed with them. I want to get unstuck from this place that I find myself. I want to make things right with them. Omkaratarot. I want a second chance with them. I have so much passion for them. I really want to take action. But it's like they want a 10 of Pentacles, that's for sure. And they want to fight for the connection, but somewhere they feel, now that I've learned my lesson and I am ready now to take responsibility, I want to go to that direction, to person B. Will they even trust me, or will they think I'm just a liar? Especially after the way I ill-treated them or never offered them anything in the past. I made the wrong decision. And what if now my offer is not accepted? I left them out in the cold, I abandoned them, and now they may not even want an offer from me anymore. Tell me more. Tell me more. Yeah, the person says, how do I go and tell them that? Oh, earlier I was keeping my options open, but now I choose you. Now I choose you. Now they are choosing the other person because they're looking at their future. They're looking at their future, which looks very empty and barren, but they never put the work in when they should. I think this person delayed things for too long. So now the question is, how do I unbreak the heart that I broke? They are devastated that, their ego and pride and whatever cost them a soulmate connection, who they now want to return back to. Okay, so what action person A will finally take is here, which I'll open later, Gemini. Let's go to the other side, see how person B is feeling, and then we'll do the action cards together. So person B, how are you feeling about this now? What's the Nine of Swords for you? Yeah, person B says they treated me like I was just an option in their life, like a friend or a friends with benefits or something, and I have spent enough time waiting for them to grow up and take responsibility, do right by me and do all that, but all I got was stress, anxiety, sleepless nights, wondering where they're at, who they are giving to. They were breadcrumbing me, and they never offered me a partnership. So according to person B, they were being juggled. So tell me, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it made them very angry and upset. I think person B finally got very angry and upset and closed the chapter and said, enough is enough. I'm going to get onto my own chariot. I'm going to move forward now. I'm not looking backwards. I'm ready to take a risk at something new instead of waiting around for a liar, cheater, ghoster. I'm done here. Why did you feel that way, person B? Tell me. Hermit. I think person B just kind of withdrew their energy, they did put a lid on that cup of love. They say, yeah, it's not that I am not love, or I don't want love, or I don't want, happiness in my life, but I'm not going to be carrying all the weight of any connection on my shoulders. I have to love myself first. What person A wanted was fight for me, compete for me, show me that you love me. So person B says, that's so immature. That's so immature. I don't deal with immature people or people who are players. There are plenty of fish in the sea. I'm going to find somebody brand new. So person B, I think, reflected a lot on this connection and started to realize what a true partnership should look like. There should be equal give and take. I give you my cup, you give me your cup. And if you can't do it, then I'm going to find somebody else who will come trotting towards me with romance and flowers and wine and offer me a cup of love. Okay, so tell me then, how do you see this connection now currently, person B? How do you see this person? How do you feel about this connection? Person B says, all I see is heartbreak, the heartbreak that they gave me. They plunged 3 swords in my heart, but they taught me a lot because I have grown since then. Yeah, I mean, person B says, I did find them very attractive and I was hoping that they would come sooner or later, take action. If they had taken proper action, maybe we could have rebuilt, but they are still playing those stupid mind games of theirs. Their ego, everything is so prevalent even now because they still haven't taken action to come and say sorry or take action towards me. That means they're still, egoistic, prideful and playing games. This connection never went forward. It just kept going backwards. So if this connection was going backwards, I decided to move forward. I'm not going to sit around in conflict. I'm leaving all that behind and I'm moving on. So I think person B is totally turned their back. See how this person has faced the other side and saying, I'm not even thinking about them. I'm not going to focus on them. I'm not going to, make anyone, not just them, anyone make me feel as if I'm not good enough. So I'm going to focus on being the best version of myself for me, because I gave them too much power. I thought that if they were in my life, I would feel abundant. If they were in my life, I would feel valuable. But it was all a lie. It was all a lie. So I've stopped waiting. I'm not going to be an option in anyone's life. I'm going to take back power and control of my own life and choose a brand new path, and hopefully meet my perfect match, Emperor to the Empress, who will be there, who will step up, do right by me, make a decision, and we can move forward then. So let's see then what actions. I think person B felt that maybe they were not good enough. They were made to feel that way. So they're saying, I'm going to empower myself to that level that nobody will be able to ever say that this person is not good enough. I mean, I'll attract the person who I deserve and who deserves me. Okay, so let's see what actions you guys will take. I'm going to take another deck for this one. And while I shuffle this deck now, Gemini, if the storyline has been resonating, do let me know. You can do that by tapping on the thumbs up button or leaving me a comment. And newcomers, repeating viewers, do like, share, subscribe to the channel. We welcome you in. All right, so person A, I'm back with you now. Action from your end towards person B or otherwise in your own life now in the next 7 days. Person A's action. Ace of Swords. What, you want to have that conversation now, or have you just come to some clarity, or do you feel you've been cut out? Four of Cups. Two of Wands. Eight of Swords. And the 10 of Wands. I think they've come to some clarity that they never gave the offer they should have. I think this person took too long. They left the door open. Maybe they couldn't make up their mind. Maybe they had another option. Now they are very, very stressed out. They're very stressed out because they feel the same 10 wands are now on their side. Burdened, overwhelmed, regretting their past actions, feeling that I should have invested when the time is right. They have become clear about one thing, and that is the person who would have made a perfect spouse for me, or the perfect long-term partner. But I guess they want to come back. They want to come back as somebody who's now matured, but they are a bit intimidated by what the other person will say. They are expecting the other person to say, sorry, I've turned my back on you a long time ago. I'm very disappointed in you. But from their end, I think they have learned their lesson. This person is ready to now step up and do right by the other person, because right now they're really missing person B. The more they're missing person B, the more this person is now wanting this forever partnership, happiness. They're very scared that because they took so long, that person will not accept or will not let them back in. What if they've already, got somebody else now? So they are kind of doing a lot of overthinking, as I see. So tell me, person B, what about you? Action from your end towards person A or otherwise in your own life now. Person B's action, Spirit, in the next 7 days. Two of Wands. What's the Two of Wands? Are you choosing a new path, or are you still complaining that person A never chose you? Ace of Swords. They are the ones. So see, both of you have the Ace of Swords. So I think person A is worried that person B has cut them out, and I think person B is contemplating erasing the past so that they can choose a brand new path which will offer them exactly what they have to offer. I want a partnership, and I'm not going to settle for anything less than that. Yeah, they don't want to go back into a connection which makes them feel less than. They are aiming for the best and nothing short of that. I'm calling in a new soulmate. I want to have commitment. I want a happily ever after. This person could not make up their mind. I was ready. They were not. So person B is kind of focused more on their future. Person A is realizing that they are getting cut out, and they could be just kind of worried right now that they've lost their person. Yeah, they are obsessing, Spirit says. They are stuck and they're obsessing. Why? Why are they obsessing? Why are they stuck? Is because actually they do want a second chance now. But person B doesn't know that. I mean, person B, exactly the kind of person that you are calling in for yourself, is what person A is ready to become now. Except they feel that you'll never trust them again. So that's what I have for you, gems. Till next time then, love and light. Take care. Namaste.